Today we are doing a review on a camera slider, and if you don't know what a camera slider is, it's basically somewhere we can put a camera on a rail and set an A point and a B point, and it would move the camera from A to B in a nice smooth action, or that is the idea behind it anyway. Hopefully it is nice and smooth, and also it needs to be quite quiet as well. So this is from a company called Neewer. It cost, at the time of purchase, just under £270. So it's not cheap, but they do say you get what you pay for. And these can go for a hell of a lot more money than this baby here. You can get manual ones, you can get motorised ones. We've got a motorised one. And I've been wanting one for at least a year now, and I've finally got one. So looking forward to giving this a proper testing. And not only that, I want to see how easy it is to use, because like I said, I've never used one before, so I might struggle to find out how to use it. It might be really easy to use, and hopefully it is really easy to use, and if it is, you'll be able to use one as well. So with that, let's get the unboxing done. I'm not sure, I'm going to do it from this end, I think. It's quite long. I will stick all the dimensions in the video description below, so you can just go down there and have a look to see how big or small it is. Yeah, that come out very easy, or come undone very easy. So yeah, I am really looking forward to playing about with this. So it comes in a bag, and I wasn't even sure about that. But yeah, nothing else in there. No. I think my grandson will enjoy playing about with that. Leave that out of the way for now. So yeah, it comes in a nice bag, and it's not very heavy. In fact, it's not very heavy at all. Not balanced very well though, is it? Don't forget, this is a motorised one, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Let's get her open, shall we? Look, I'm looking forward to this. So a bit of protection. Right, some screws with some Allen keys. Oh dear, we're going to have to do a little bit of work. What's this? You can contact us in the following ways. All right, different ways of contacting them if you need help. Hopefully we don't. The manual. So basically it's going to hopefully tell you how to assemble it. Don't know. Don't ask me. Yeah, I don't know what that's for. So what you got here? Oh, it's for a battery charger. I wasn't sure if you get your battery with it actually. Oh, you do. Look, that's what that's for. So the battery's actually falling out. Okay. So it comes with a battery, which is handy. I do have some of these, by the way, but it's handy. So this is a charger for the battery, and I'll probably have to charge it up anyway. But I do have some of these, so I won't have to wait around for it to charge up. Let's have a look. It's got all the bits and bobs out. So these are all your cables. So we have USB, so that might be for charging up. We have jack connections, not sure, don't ask me. Like I said, it's new to me. That might be connecting it to the motor. There's quite a few leads, isn't there? So there is going to be a bit of assembly. Another jack to USB, or yeah, I don't know. Another different connection. And Jesus, another jack to another connection, and another connection. Yeah, so lots of connections. What else you get in there? Right, this is something we're going to have to assemble. Another part. So this is the actual belt. So it comes with a belt. You have to assemble the belt. I did know that when I ordered it. So yeah. Remote control. This little baby here. Needs batteries by looking at that. Yeah, it needs batteries. So that is AAA batteries. That's the little round ones. The little long skinny ones. You know what I mean? It's good. This is the actual motor itself. Again, you will have to assemble it, and I will have to read up on how to do that. And this is the rail itself. If I can get it out. There you go. So like I said, basically, you put the camera on there and it will slide across. I believe that's carbon fibre, by the way, from A to B. And you can adjust the angle of the dangle, so as the camera's moving from A to B, it will turn, keeping focus on whatever it's supposed to be looking at. Just like in the movies. So that is basically everything you get. And what I'm going to do now is move that out of the way for a start. What I'm going to do now is have a read the instructions and try and figure out how to put it together. So with that, I'll be back. Right, I've watched a few videos on how to set it up and it looks quite easy. The manual is not very good, so I'm glad that someone's made some videos out there besides me. So before we do the installation or the setup, I just want to show you these leads here, these little babies here. Now, these are for your camera and they've included so many different leads for hopefully every type of camera you can think of, and hopefully it will just work. Whether you're using a DSLR camera or your phone as a camera or even an action camera, you should have the right lead for what you need. But failing that, you can just use the remote and just press the button on the actual camera itself for recording. Something else to bear in mind, this is a double thread. So as a fatter one and a thinner one, so it should fit most cameras as well, which is really handy. I didn't know it was like that, but we do now. So that is another bonus. So with that, let's get on and do the setup. So what I'm going to do is move the camera slightly, just get a better angle so you can see exactly what's going on and how easy or how hard it is to do. So give me a second. Right, I've laid it out how I want it and this is how it should be. So first things first, I'm going to put the motor on this little baby here. And it looks quite easy to do. Use the biggest bolts or screws, these little babies here. You get two big fat ones, pop them in there. So screw them down. Doesn't say how tight to do it, but I wouldn't have thought you'd need to do it that tight. But just to make sure you do it fairly tight, but don't over tighten it because you might end up breaking it. I'm just going to give them a little nudge. So that's it. So that is done. The motor is on. Next, we need to turn her over, like so. So it's upside down. And actually, I might turn that around so you can see it better. That's a bit better for you. So this will be round the wrong way for me. So this got to go like this. So you put this upside down and you have the belt with the teeth facing you as well. If you have it this way around, that is. So that needs to go over there now. And use the small screws now for this bit here. This is a tensioner, so it adds a little tensioner on it, which I thought, oh, that's good. It's a good idea. So I'm going to do this end first. Move it over there a little bit so you can see properly. Pop the screws in again. So they should just fit into the two little holes. Line her up and just screw it in. So that one's done. Move it across, and then what you want to do is pull the belt. You don't have to do it really tight, but it needs to go down like this and over the middle one. So the teeth are in the actual groove, and these are just guides, these two here, like so. pull it along, and then we want this baby here. You need to loosen these off a bit, like so. And what you could do is take this one right off, so it's really loose, so it's undone basically, like so. Yeah, because one of the screws rests over the arm. Just moving it so you get a better view, and the same again. So pop in the 2 screws, like so. Get your little Allen key. So give it a little tweak. Like I say, you don't have to do it super tight. Don't need to get carried away. And that's it. You don't need your Allen keys anymore. And then all you got to do is run the belt that goes in that little groove there. Bring this back round and screw this back in. And then before you do it up, you need to do some tension on it. Or before you do it right up, that is. Get that in place. So they're both in. Bring it down. Slacken it off again. And then just pull it tight. But don't over pull it, because all you're going to do is stretch the belt. So it should be about right. Hold it still. Do these up. These will hold it in place, and that's about it. Right, so that one feels a little bit loose. So what you can do is on the tensioner, tighten the tensioner up. How's that? And that's about it. That feels really good. Like I said, don't want to over tighten it because you just stretch it. So that is all you need, and you can just cut that off if you want. I'm going to leave it on there for now. Before we put a camera on there, what we're going to do now is turn it back over, of course. So that is it. The motor's on, and that is ready to go. All you need to do now is put a battery on there, which, like I said, the battery actually comes with it, which is there. I've actually charged up the battery, or I have a battery already charged up. I have several of these, so I'm good to go. It's got a watermark on it, a water bubble, whatever you want to call it. I call them spirit levels, but whatever you want to call it. So that allows you to get dead flat. The feet are adjustable. You can actually adjust the little feet. So if you've got an uneven surface or the bubble's not level, you can adjust the feet. Plus, you can adjust these ends here as well. So if you need to move the feet in or out, you just unscrew this, like so, to get it right, and then just do them back up again. So that is really handy. And when you're going to be using this, make sure you unlock it, because otherwise it's just going to make the motor struggle and it won't be doing nothing. So that is just a tensioner, that little baby there. That is just for when you're transporting it, or for when you're putting the belt on, like we just did. So that is moving nicely and freely now. These are very handy, and I'm going to be showing you how these work in a minute, hopefully anyway. Hopefully. I've had a little practice with this. I thought these are quite good. Watched some videos, like I said earlier, on how to use these, and they look really good, and they really do work really well, which surprised me. I wasn't sure, might work, might not, might not get the subject perfect. Doesn't get the subject perfect, but it does work pretty well. So let's bring this over. So this is the remote control, and again, it's an easy thing to do. What I'm going to do is put the battery in now. Again, it should be quite easy. Just push it down, push it in, and it'll either come on or you've got to turn it on. So I've got flashing light, so that says it's ready. Turn on the remote. It says wait, set point A. So that is ready to go. So we're going to move it to point A. That's A, so it should go that way. As you can see. So that's point A, and you can set that. All you've got to do is press the joystick down and then set to point B. This is for using the camera, you know, having a camera on there if you want to do a bit of filming. I'm just going to quickly show you how it works, and then I'm going to put a camera on here, hopefully, and show you it in action. Hopefully it should be right. So that is point B. So you have a couple of options here. You've got live motion, which is what we're going to be using, time lapse, and then obviously you can reset A and B and then go into settings as well, but we're not going to be going into settings. So we're going to do live motion, and you can select the speed. So it comes up as 100. I've turned it down to 90, and you can do loops. So basically we'll go from A to B to B to A to B, B to A, continuously until the battery goes flat, basically. And it says manual. Not sure what the manual does, but it's turned off. And start point, so you can have it start at point A, or you can have it start at point B. So if I have to go start now, it would go to point A anyway, before it starts anything. So I'm going to quickly show you how it works. So click on start. So that's going to get yourself ready, although you could just use it as it is now, and it will actually do a bit of filming, stick your camera on. And the idea behind the camera cable is you put the camera on, you plug the camera into the box, and you can control it from this. So you can just press film or take a photograph, whatever you've got it set on. But I'm going to be doing it manually. It's just as easy for what I want it to do. And if you want to stop it for any reason, you can just press stop, and it should stop. There you go. It's quite smooth, which I was quite impressed at how smooth that is, and looking forward to trying it out with a camera. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get my main camera, that baby up there, my big one, and we're going to try it out on a subject or an item and see how well it pans and moves from A to B using this little baby. So with that, give me a couple of minutes and I'll set it all up. Right, this is the GH5, by the way, with the extra battery on it, or extra battery compartment. So, yeah, baby. Right, what we need now is a subject. So this is our subject, and what we're going to do is set her up so it films out. So the first things you need to do is get this round about the middle. So we're going to do restart, so start point A, and the way you do it is you hold the button down. So reset A and B. So first of all, we're going to get it into the right position. Do you want it about there? So that's the middle, and obviously we need to line up the camera. It's pointing in the right place, and make sure she's level. So the camera's pointing at the subject, set that, so we're filming that. Now what you need to do is have a little practice before you set the points to see where you need to adjust these. So hopefully I've got that about right anyway. So these can, like I said, these can be adjustable, but you need to be pretty spot on at the beginning, so we want to be about there. Let's see, go to A. A's that way. It's round the other way now. You can do it either way round, it's up to you. Let me try it the other way round, might be, we'll leave it like that. Shouldn't make no difference. So you can see it's going out of track. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a little bit, oh, that's not too bad. Better than I thought it was going to be, actually. So that's me A. Set that. Back to B. See how that moves? So that's tracking that. That's really good. We'll go out a little bit, unless you get it spot on, but we're just doing a little experiment at the moment. So that is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So that should be. So that is ready to go. Live motion, that's what we're doing. Speed is on 90. I like speed of 90. I tried it on 100 and I thought 100 was a bit fast. There is a bit of a whine on the motor, and I find it a little bit noisier on 100, but it's nothing to worry about. So we're going to put this back to, we're going to start this from where it is now. We're going to leave it on point B. So what you do now, you either use the remote control to start recording or just press record. Give it a second so it settles down. I'm going to move out of the way and I'm going to click on start, and it should just film it. That is it. That is how easy that is to use. It took me a couple of videos to watch on how to set it up first, because you know it's my first time as well. But once I knew how to set it up, or put the belt on and put the motor on, it was a breeze. It is quite easy to do. I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right, and also I wanted to make sure that I showed you how to do it right as well, in case you want to watch the whole of this video. I've speeded this video up by 25%, just so the left and the right animation would not be a bit too boring for you. But it does look pretty good. I am quite impressed with it. It's easy to use. Using the remote control is very easy to use. Obviously I haven't used the time lapse yet, but that might be a future video. Let me know in the comments. But for paying out the money that I had paid for this, I think it's well worth every penny, and I'm definitely going to be using it more and more in my videos from now on. So with that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, and please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching.